Now to news on the one-year anniversary of Hurricane Dorian. A memorial service was held on Grand Bahama today to remember the lives lost during the Category 5 storm, which sat over the island for hours 1 year ago yesterday. Italia Hall of our Northern Service has the story.
It was a sad occasion for many in the McLeanstown community as persons remembered the lives of family members and friends who lost their lives during Hurricane Dorian. Pastor Pedersen Ballou officially opening the ceremony with a prayer.
Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this moment in time. On this historical moment here in the settlement of McLeanstown, Grand Bahama, we give you thanks and we give you praise for all those who have been in the hurricane and all those who have become victims and the family.
Deputy Prime Minister and Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama, the Honorable K. Peter Turnquest, reflecting on September 2nd, 2019, a tragic day for East Grand Bahama.
The greatest that we can do for our community is to continue to move and to press on. I want to thank all of our partners who have continued to assist residents here in East End, to help rebuild lives, to help put residents back in some form where they can go back to work.
A wreath was blessed by Pastor Wendell McIntosh, then tossed into the seawater near the McLeanstown dock, where it is believed that several residents of that small fishing village were taken away by the storm surge. Prayers were lifted for the departed, the missing, grieving families and survivors of that community. From McLeanstown, officials traveled to Emmanuel Way in High Rock, where many perished during Hurricane Dorian. Following the opening prayer, Chief Counselor Evelyn Roberts brought brief remarks.
1 year later, we are the beneficiaries of outpouring of love, sharing, giving, and caring of thousands of organizations and individually, both locally and internationally, for which we are eternally grateful. There is, however, still much to do. Homes still need to be repaired and rebuilt, and our hearts still burn and yearn for our fallen and missing loved ones.
Deputy Prime Minister and Area MP, the Honorable K. Peter Turnquest, says Hurricane Dorian was like no other and assures residents that the government remains committed to rebuilding the East End community and Grand Bahama.
This very spot, 1 year ago, I stood and watched and looked at destruction. Hopeless. Today, we stand in this spot and I see hope, I see opportunity. I see a community starting to put itself back together.
He says he knows that this past year has been tough, as many are displaced, but the government is doing all that they can.
You may know that we are working on a design for a resilient, comprehensive school in this community that will service the entire district. We're working on a new clinic that will replace that clinic that was lost. We're working on a new administrative complex to replace the one that was lost there. The work on the highway will hopefully commence very soon. The seawall that is missing behind us, too, we hope to have the design on this very soon.
A wreath and flowers were tossed into the sea in memory of the lives lost. Following prayers for the missing, the departed, families and survivors, Pastor Cecil Kemp offered a closing prayer asking for protection of the nation. Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.